So I've just got back from an exploratory trip to Tesco's, where I've managed to secure half a dozen tins of mackerel and a crate of beer and a couple of banoffee pies, so I'm all set for the weekend. But it did put me in mind of a poem from one of my favourite poets, the lovely Pam Ayres, who wrote, "Nowadays we worship at St Tesco." It was at the time written as a slight swipe at the Sunday opening hours when they were brought in with all the supermarkets. But it's a lovely poem, so I'm going to read it out to you today. I'm not going to do the accent, so don't worry about that. So here goes. Nowadays we worship at St Tesco. At first the neighbours seemed a little shocked, but then St Tesco's doors are always open, whereas St Cuthbert's doors are always locked. It's hard to get to know the congregation, and the vicar isn't actually ordained. They haven't got a pulpit or a chancel, but they've got enormous windows and they're stained. I'm glad we're in the parish of St Tesco. I feel so happy walking down the aisle. The Reverend was always rather gloomy, but the checkout girls have always got a smile. Their uniform is anything but dreary. It's polyester cotton and it's striped. Pretty tunes come floating down from heaven. It isn't organ music, but it's piped. Thank heavens I converted to St Tesco. I find this new religion suits me fine. It's altogether younger than St Cuthbert's, where the congregation all look 99. The vicar used to talk about the prophets, but I didn't think he meant the same as you and I. He couldn't hold a candle to St Tesco, and anyway, his steeple's not so high. Sometimes I dream I'm sitting in St Cuthbert's, in that old pew where water once dripped. I can smell the incense sweetly burning, and the rising damp flourishing in the crypt. Today no candles twinkle at the window, and no confetti lingers around the gate. No more blushing brides and bouncing babies. Verily it's past its sell-by date. But business is booming at St Tesco's. The worshippers are spending more and more. They're getting such a throng on Sunday morning that they're going to have to reinforce the floor. Frankly, it's been a revelation. On Sundays now we relish going out, and seeing all that inexpensive lager has made my husband so much more devout. They're stripping out the timber at St Cuthbert's. It doesn't earn enough to pay its keep. They ought to take a lesson from St Tesco and learn to pile it high and sell it cheap. Some ladies still are singing in the choir, of the earth they will inherit if they're meek. But St Tesco have on high voice of angels, with all the special offers of the week. Yet sometimes in the busy supermarket, above the merry ringing of the till, I fancy I can hear a church bell ringing, from the steeple of St Cuthbert's on the hill. The bell has gone, the roof, the stained glass window. I dare say it's a merciful release, for nowadays we worship at St Tesco. It's closing time, St Cuthbert, rest in peace. Which pretty much sums up Sundays for most of us, or did at least, until all of this lot started. See you tomorrow.